What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Papa JT, and I'm back at you guys for another video. I'm going to be talking about how the Cleveland Browns can make it to the NFL playoffs. And yes, we're talking about playoffs. The Cleveland Browns have a chance of making it into the NFL playoffs. And this is not clickbait. And before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe. I upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. And make sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, get me one subscriber close to my goal of 1 million subscribers. I'm 999 something thousand and something numbers away from that goal. But hey, one subscriber counts. So let's get into this video, how the Cleveland Browns can make it to the NFL playoffs. So before I can give you the 5 things that need to happen for the Cleveland Browns to make it into the playoffs, you need to understand the AFC Week 16 playoff picture, which is updated. I made it today, but it's updated with all the games that happened this past week. And also, before I begin, I'm going to explain that everything I'm about to say is in hypothetical terms. So I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm just saying, just for this video, we're just going to pretend that everything that I say happens in favor of the Browns, just to make this a compelling video and a reason why you guys should continue watching it the whole entire way. So let's get into the AFC Week 16 playoff picture. I made this myself because couldn't find no other pictures online with the current AFC playoff picture. And number 1, we had the Chiefs at 11-3. At the 2 seed, the Texans at 10-4. Number 3, the New England Patriots at 9-5. Pittsburgh Steelers 8-5-1 with the number 4 seed. Los Angeles Chargers at 11-3 with the 5th seed. The Baltimore Ravens at number 6 with the 6th seed at 8-6. And they're tied with the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans, which are 7-8. And they are also in the hunt with the Miami Dolphins at number 9, which are 7-7. And lastly, we have the star of this show or this video, the Cleveland Browns at 6-7-1. Now 6-7-1, you guys might be saying, this guy's just wasting my doggone time. How do the Cleveland Browns actually have a chance of making it into the playoffs? And now I'm about to get into that. So, like I said earlier, hypothetical terms here, we're just going to assume that everything goes right in favor of the Browns. So the first thing they have to do, they have to win out. They have to beat the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. So if they beat the Cincinnati Bengals or the Baltimore Ravens, or if, they will be 8-7-1. And the next thing that will need to happen, let's just go week by week. So let's say this week they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Now they need the Los Angeles Chargers to beat the Baltimore Ravens, which will happen the day before Sunday because the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers play this Saturday. So let's say the Los Angeles Chargers beat the Baltimore Ravens. That means the Baltimore Ravens are now 8-7. Now, when the Cleveland Browns beat the Cincinnati Bengals, and remember hypothetical terms here, so we're going in favor of everything happening in the Browns. So the Browns are 8-7-1. And the Baltimore Ravens, well, the Cleveland Browns are 7-7-1. And the Baltimore Ravens are 8-7. So the next thing that needs to happen is, since the Cleveland Browns would be 7-7-1, the Dolphins are currently 7-7. That means the Dolphins have to lose one of their last 2 games, which means they play the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. So if they lose one of those games, they're out. They're eliminated from the playoff hunt. So let's just say the Miami Dolphins lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. That means the Miami Dolphins will be 7-8 and they will be eliminated. And the Cleveland Browns will be 7-7-1, which means they're still alive. So the next thing that needs to happen is the Indianapolis Colts need to lose to the New York Giants, and the Tennessee Titans have to lose to the Washington Redskins. Now remind you that the Tennessee Titans and Indianapolis Colts are both 8-6-1. And with the Cleveland Browns being the Cincinnati Bengals, they're 7-7-1. So with the Indianapolis Colts and Tennessee Titans losing, that makes both of them 8-7, and the Cleveland Browns 7-7, and the Baltimore Ravens 8-7. So week 17, the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts tie in their week 17 matchup. So that means they will be 8-7-1. And the Baltimore Ravens, since they lost to the Cleveland Browns, they will be 8-8. And the Cleveland Browns will be 8-7-1. which means the Cleveland Browns will get the 6th seed, which means the Cleveland Browns will be going into the playoffs for the first time since God knows when. So This is what has to happen for the Cleveland Browns and able to make it to the playoffs. Now, the first 4 things I said are legit, but the 5th thing, having a tie, we know that's not going to happen. But there's hope. And even if they don't make it to the playoffs, because there's a 0.1% chance of all the stuff that I just explained happening, which is lower than the chance that my grandma has to win the lottery, I'm very impressed with what I've seen the Browns. They have won 4 out of the last 5 games, I believe, or 5 out of the last 6. Baker Mayfield is playing like the best quarterback in franchise history we have ever seen for the Browns. Nick Chubb, Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, all of the young players stepping up. I'm very impressed with the Cleveland Browns. Playoffs or no playoffs, next year, this team is definitely going to be a team to be reckoned with, and they're going to be a threat to win the AFC North. And I think they have a legit chance of making it into the playoffs next year. They're only going to get better.